All right, thanks everybody for tuning in to another episode of Off the Clock with Mo. Today, I had the honor of bringing a brother of mine on the podcast Off the Clock with Mo. Today, I bring the line, shrimp in the basket, whatever you want, whatever you want to
call it. I've been calling it all. Bastard, son of a bitch. You ain't shit. Just put it all in the pot.
Yeah, I've been called all that shit.
Yeah, see?
I've been called everything under the moon except for the son of God.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you having me, bro.
Man, thanks for coming, man.
This is my brother.
Thanks for coming, man.
Brother from another.
Oh yeah, cause shit, I think we go back like
30-something years.
Yeah,
man.
30-something years. Shit, we go back like car seats and backs, don't we?
Man,
shit.
Like red light, green light.
Yeah. Shit, since look, you when you moved to Pine Ridge?
Yeah, I moved to Pine Ridge, and then I
from where?
From Detroit, from the Herman Garden Projects, Joy Road, Southfield. So I moved out there.
What year was that?
Shit, 80. I got in trouble, and I got sent to live. I went to live with my aunt. Out in Taylor. So that was like 87, 88.
For real?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I was. I went to Eurekadale for 1 year.
Oh, for real? Oh, I didn't know you was out there then.
I went to Eurekadale, and then I went back to the city.
Yeah. Got
in some more trouble. Went back to. When I came back, I was at break at 7th grade.
So in 87, you went to school at Eurekadale. Then you went back to the city.
Yeah.
And came back what year?
Came back probably like 89, I think. I think it was like 89, 88, 89.
Well, shit, where was you at, in the house all the time?
No, you know what, man? This was crazy. When I first moved to Taylor, all I seen was in Pine Ridge. All I seen was all these white people. So I would hang with a lot of the white guys that was out there, and I was hanging with Dave and Paul Curtis. I was hanging with what's my man Paco? Dang, he was tall. Can't remember his name. But I used to hang with them, and they used to be doing little stuff that I just wasn't used to doing. I'm like, man, I'm from the city. I can't.
Doing like what?
They playing curveball. I've never seen curveball before.
They didn't play curveball in the city?
And on the projects, we didn't.
Y'all didn't play curveball in the city?
We ain't had no curves.
Shit, man. I used to play curveball all the time in Easton.
We ain't had no curves. So, look, this is what's crazy. I was in the I thought
curveball was a black thing.
I was in the door. I had been in the door for like 7-8 months. I never went outside. And when the summer came, I was still in the door. And this white girl came over. She's like, every time we out here playing, you always in the door. And she was like, you want to come out and play with us? I'm like, what y'all playing? She's like, we playing curveball. I was like, what the fuck is curveball? She's like, it's like baseball, but you just hit the tennis ball off the curve.
Oh, no, we didn't do it with the tennis ball. We did it with the basketball.
See, I'm doing it with the tennis ball.
We did it with the basketball.
So I was like, fuck it, I'll do that. Went outside and was outside ever since.
Yeah, we used to do it with basketball. You was on one side.
I remember that.
And then you would hit the curve, then you would go to the middle of the street, and then you would keep going until you would miss.
Oh, damn. See, they ain't playing like they played curveball like it was baseball. They had bases that you would run the bases.
Oh, no. That's the difference between the curveball I was playing. We ain't had no bases.
I didn't hear about none of this stuff.
And then you got a bonus point if a car came by and you put the ball over the car and hit the curve. Then you got a bonus.
I played that too.
Yeah.
But that was the first game I played in Pine Ridge because we stayed right in the front.
Yeah, I remember when I finally met you. I remember you stayed.
But we stayed in two different places. I stayed on the front, facing the wall.
Amberwood's wall or the house wall?
No, the house's wall. And then we moved to the middle. I mean, where everybody came in at. That we moved there. But yeah, I remember, man. I was there when that plane crashed.
Oh, you were there when the plane crashed,
man?
On Middle Belt?
Yeah, that motherfucker had the house shaking. All you heard was all these sirens. I'm like, damn, what the fuck was that?
Hell no. I was living there then. I mean, I was actually when that shit happened. I was coming from Inkster. My grandparents were coming to drop me off at home, and coming from Inkster, we would take Middle Belt all the way to Eureka. and couldn't get there because they had the whole shit was shut down.
I was just visiting because my mom had got real sick. She had got real sick, so I went to go stay with my aunt, and I was there. I was like, man, I don't think I want to live here. That's the first time I smelling skunks because we had skunks in the city, and I was smelling skunk. I was like, God damn, this motherfucker stink. It's all up under the window.
Yeah, I mean, shit. But when you was in the city, what you have under the window?
Shit, probably a bullet.
Yeah, shit. I mean, give me a motherfucking skunk
every day. Yeah.
Give me a damn skunk. The skunk can't break in your house.
Yeah, really. Taylor saved my life, man. Moving out to Taylor saved my life. I got some of my best friends in ever in Taylor. But Taylor saved my life, man. I don't know what I'd be doing had I not moved out to Taylor.
Because I know I had been in Taylor when my mother first moved to Taylor in like maybe 70 something, maybe 77 something. Because my mother lived in I lived in two places.
Okay.
In Taylor. Well, I stayed in Inkster when my mother lived in Taylor till my sister was born.
Right.
We used to have a 2-bedroom that you remember where Robin and Boo stayed there?
Yeah.
We had a 2-bedroom that faced Daywall.
Face Daywall, okay.
Yeah, then we had the 3-bedrooms. So technically, so I had been in Taylor ever since 81. I moved in with my mother in Pine Ridge in 81 from Inkster, from my grandparents' house, and I started in the middle of the school year, the first grade. So I had been out there the whole time, but like I said, I was all the way in the back. I ain't never I never came to the front.
Yeah, you was.
I never came to the front. That's where all the trouble was at.
Right.
Yeah, because it used to be Pine Ridge used to be broke up into two. It used to be Pine Ridge 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And I was there when they the barricade, before they had the barricades.
Oh, yeah.
When you had like 7 ways to come in. Because when we would come home, we would take Inkster Road up to California and then California down, and then we would come through the back.
Okay.
But then when
put the barricades up, you couldn't get through the back.
Yeah, when the crack epidemic hit, and them white folks was like, we don't want these niggas coming through our shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they would come flying through and
fucking up
police chases and shit. Yeah. But then come to find out, shit, they ain't had no more money than what we had.
Yeah.
They ain't had shit. Them houses over there, they ain't had no basements. Yeah. It was just one slab. You was on one floor. Everybody up on each other. I mean, but living in the projects, and you seeing someone in the house, you thinking they got some money. Yeah, you think they got some money. Shit.
That's for real.
You ain't got no apartment?
Right.
You ain't got no rent? I mean, you ain't know what rent was then. Like, shit, I'm like, I know y'all ain't got no food stamps.
Right, exactly.
Shit, y'all ain't got no book, and come to find out,
they be the first ones in the line.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I was out there for years.
Yeah. And then when I think the first person I met out there, that was one of my closest friends, and we cool to this day. I haven't seen him in a long time, but Wesley Garrett. Yeah,
I remember the name Wesley Garrett.
Yeah.
Was he kind of chubby and dark?
Yeah.
I remember him. I remember him.
And I met Milton. Because Milton stayed in the parking lot behind me. So I met Milton.
Which Milton?
Milton somebody.
The one to do the cooking in the battle rapping? Milton Miller.
Yeah. Milton Miller, yeah. That was my little homie.
Oh, okay.
Him and Jamal Hearn.
Rook?
Rook was, I met Rook. I remember, we used to call him Blueberry.
Why y'all call him Blueberry?
Because that nigga used to have a mouthful of gum, blue gum.
Hell no.
A mouthful of blue gum. But we used when I first met him, he couldn't come outside like that. Like he would have a curfew, street lights come on, he had to be in the house. And then his mom would let him come out. If me and Wesley Garrett was outside playing, I had never played castle ball before.
What's castle ball?
So them castles they used to have in the front we had, it was these different castles. So they just shoot basketballs inside the castle.
Oh, was them like they had the holes in them?
Yeah, the holes in them. Yeah.
Oh,
basketball off that, man. We ruined all the grass.
Hell
it was all dirt when we got finished with it. So we were playing castle ball. I you know what, man? I think I learned my my competitiveness from Wesley Garrett at first because I wanted to beat him. He was always just beating me. I was like, man, I gotta beat this dude. And cause he was older than me, but I'm like, I'm still competitive. I want to just beat him. But we playing council ball, we playing baseball. How the fuck do you play one-on-one baseball?
Yeah, how did y'all play one-on-one baseball?
It was crazy. No,
so he hit the ball, you gotta go chase the ball.
Go chase that motherfucker inside the park hard run.
Hell no. One-on-one baseball. So I could see two. Yeah. One person to go catch the ball, one person to go catch the ball, and then throw the ball to the other person.
You had that's why I was like, damn, I must be in good shape because I've been running around this motherfucker.
Yeah, I remember me and my cousin, we used to do that shit. We ain't do one-on-one baseball. We would do one-on-one football where I throw the ball and then we'd try to run and catch the ball.
Right. Yeah. We played some of all that. That was one of the dudes that outside of my uncles that made me competitive to where when we all got together, all of us was competitive.
Mm-hmm.
All of us wanted to be good because when I met Meach. I met Meach in 9th grade. Again, I don't even know how we met. We just end up, clicking. Uh-huh. Maybe we got off the bus together or something, but we end up clicking. And I had never heard of Inkster before.
You had never heard of Inkster before?
Yeah, because I'm from the city.
Your uncles ain't never said anything about Inkster before?
They probably did, but I ain't paying attention.
Oh shit! You talking about
until I got to Taylor, then I understood Inkster, and then that's when I found out that my first 3 years of my life I lived in Romulus. My mom's mom lived in Romulus.
Where you thought you was at?
First 3 years of my life, I ain't think nothing.
Oh, the actual first 3 years of your life. I thought you said that for 3 years of your life.
No, my first 3 years of my life.
No, I don't expect you to remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember where the hell I was at. Shit. But I met Meach in 9th grade. I met P the summer after 9th grade. And that's when I was telling him, I seen P at the basketball court. And all I seen, I was going up there because all my guys was gone. I was hooping with Koo. Koo was gone. He wasn't hooping no more.
Where was Koo at?
He was doing his thing. I ain't trying to incriminate him. But then Meach was in Inkster, visited his grandma, and it was me. So I'm looking for Marlo would be around, but I was looking for some guys to hoop with. So I would always.
I thought Marlo hooped.
He hooped, but it wasn't like I'm talking about the guys that we go hoop with every day.
Marlo didn't hoop every day.
Not really. He would hoop, but he would hoop every day, and then we wouldn't be on the same team every day. Because either I'm already running or he running with somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I seen P over. I came up to the court. I say, damn, my God, I'm going up to court. I say, P, he just over there just dribbling fast, just going through his legs and shit. I'm like, yeah, well, at least I know the motherfucking dribble. I'll take him. So he was like, I was like, you want to run next? He's, yeah, because I had next. And he came hoop. So we hoop. We ran the court that whole. We had Wayman. I think it was what's my man name? Shit, he from Inkster. He said in Pirates, Goody.
Oh, Goody. Yeah, I remember Goody. Yeah, but I always thought Goody was like 20 years old.
Yeah,
it was. He was like 25 years old playing with us. Yeah, I was like, he looked so goddamn good and shit. So, he was 25. we was 16, 17 years old, man. It's easy to be cool around us.
Right. So I picked them up and I told Meach, I called Meach. He was like, bro, I was like, shit, I think I found us another guy to hoop with. He was like, what's his name? I said, his name Pierre. I said, he stay across the street from you. He said, I seen him before.
Yeah.
He's like, but I didn't know he could hoop. I said, yeah, he can hoop. And once that formed, we formed the Rebels in Meach's house because we spent night on Meach's house. We formed the Rebels in Meach's crib.
Y'all spent the night with Meach, y'all?
Yeah, we was trading basketball cards. And we was like, we need to come up with something, man. We gonna be the Running Rebels. We're like, fuck it, let's be the Running Rebels. And that was during the time when the 5-5 came out.
Yeah.
But we was like, and we cut our heads bald and we was the Running Rebels. I think we cut our hair bald because we ain't had no good barbers out.
That's all I ever remember. All you ever had was a bald head. Mm-hmm. And everybody knew when you was coming down the street, you was bald head and bow legged than a motherfucker. Like this motherfucker short and bow legged than a motherfucker. Like how this motherfucker find pins? Right. Like what size you got, man? I know it ain't no bootleg.
Right.
Hell no. But y'all came over that shit over and when me stayed across the street from P or
when they moved towards by the creek.
Oh, okay.
They moved by the creek and we shit been rocking ever since. And then I remember I seen you at break. Because you was there with Curtis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen you at break. And then I think we got cool in Truman.
Yeah, I really didn't even know you till Truman. I ain't even know you. I ain't even. Yeah. I mean, I guess I probably did see you, just didn't. Right. Just didn't pay you no. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because if you say you've been out there since '87 and '89, I've been out there for years. But like I said, I never went to the front like that.
Right.
Because
and we didn't go to the back like that.
Yeah.
Because when we went to the back, the fucking rails was fucking 12 feet high.
Yeah. I used to play on that. I used to play on that one all the time.
What is who right here? Fuck, we go to Amarillo with this broke ass rim that we gotta fix every week.
But shit, I used to shoot at that gym. Not that gym. I used to play on that court all the time. I used to try to. I ain't realize how high it was. I used to always try to jump and try to touch the rim all the damn time. I guess it's safe to say I've never succeeded.
Right.
But when I lived back there, it was this guy named back then. It was a guy named Darkwell.
Okay, I remember him. I remember him.
You remember Darkwell?
Yeah, I remember Darkwell.
Me, him, and Denard Shaw. We used to we used to hang with each other all the time.
Okay.
We used to play basketball and we do everything all the time. We collected basketball cards. We collected baseball cards. We stole a lot of them, but I still got a bunch of them now to this day.
We stole some cards in our day too.
But then when motherfuckers, when the whole dope thing happened in Pine Ridge and shit like that,
people start just separating.
Yeah,
and that's what I say about the guys when we all got together. We kind of all stuck together because we all wanted basically the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of high school.
Right.
I don't know what we doing after high school, but we want to get out of high school.
I don't know what the plan is after that. But first, I got to make sure I get about this motherfucker.
Hey, but mama want me to get out of here. I got to get out of here.
She ain't tell me, but she ain't give me the other plan.
Other plan, I think that's what separated us from the crews that we was with. To the crew that we became. Because when we became a unit, shit, especially when y'all all moved in together.
Oh shit, man!
I was jealous as hell. I'm like, I want to move out there too.
But
when I see how y'all was, I like, no, I'm gonna stay right here. Nope.
Because when I was back there in the back, that's how I ended up. Cause me and because I was there when Battle and them all had first came to Taylor and went to Myers Elementary School because they had all went. Because I was in class.
I didn't know you was there when they came.
Yeah, because Sabir was in the third grade. Me and Sabir was in the same class. Because he came in the same class. Me and him was in the same class. So then you had Kaya, grade lower. Then you had Vicky, grade lower. Then you had Badu. Then you had Johnny. Then you had Ayana. So every class had a damn Davis in it.
Right.
Yeah, every class had a Davis.
You have Davis in your class. You wasn't doing no shit.
Nah, you really wasn't.
But you know what? Me and Vicky was best friends down at best friends in break.
Mm-hmm.
Our 7th grade year, we were down at best friends in break. Me and Vicky, we used to get separated. They used to separate us because we used to be in that motherfucker talking and laughing. So we used to get separated, but that was like my best friend. We was talking every day. Every day. She
Hell
tried to
no.
hook me up with somebody. Oh, such like you. Such like you. I'm like, man, shit ain't working. Shit.
Hell no. Yeah, that's how that. Cause I was, cause then we would have basketball practice. I mean, the first time I went to basketball practice because we went to Fisher Elementary School.
Oh, Fisher.
Yeah, because me and Kaya, we played. We played basketball together all the time in school.
Okay.
And then we ended up going to Fisher.
Okay.
And we had to get rides to practice, and they had the caravan for everybody for every practice.
All right.
Any practice it was, somebody was going to a practice.
Yeah, the soccer mom.
It was a baseball practice. It was a basketball practice. It was a foot. All you had to do was get in the van. You was going to somebody's practice. Yeah,
you about to learn something.
Yeah. You gonna figure out. You gonna figure something out.
You're right.
And the first time I ever went to go to practice with them, let's say practice say it started at 4:00.
Right.
My dumb ass showed up at 4:00. The van gone.
The van gone.
I learned real quick. After that.
Practice started at 4.
Yeah,
you gotta be here before then.
I'm coming over after school.
Right. After school.
I ain't going home first. I'm coming over after school. I ain't getting left no more.
Right.
My mama didn't have no car and shit, so I just just missed out on out on practice, and shit like that. And then when I and then later on, when I finally ran into you and P and Meech, over there at Amberwoods. Basketball was always my first love on everything. That's just what I did my whole entire life.
Football was my first love,
man,
because that was my uncle. My uncles they love football, and my uncle Biggie he was going to Romulus. And he was the man at Romulus, but he broke both his ankles.
He broke when somebody else broke him.
No, he broke him playing football.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, somebody might have helped him.
And hit him with that move.
Yeah, hit him with that move. Ain't been right since.
Coach.
Right. Hey, sir.
So I'm saying people just don't tell you.
You're right. So he broke his ankle. So I was always watching football with them. So football was my first love. Me and Rusty Gary used to go places and play football. We was calling ourselves Evans, Gerback, and Desmond Howard. Because I would just make crazy catches. Just be a little athletic because I'm short, but I could, get up. And when I started seeing my pops, that I had never really know my pops could play basketball. People would always see me.
How old were you when you finally ran across them?
At the gym. No, my pops used to be here. I used to go around my mother best friend took me to my grandma, my pop's mother, when I was 3 years old. When I left out of Romulus. She said, "Your son got a son out here." Took me over there. My grandma looked at me and was like, my grandma looked at me and was like, "Oh yeah, that's him. That's his son. That's his son." So I went and so I see all these trophies used to be lined up against the wall. I was like, man, you got all these damn trophies. What they for? They were for all kind of shit. Softball, basketball, baseball, everything. They said, your dad, he was real good at basketball. I said, really? And one day I was at, this is when I moved back to the projects after I left Taylor at the 10th grade. I was at the gym one day and the guy said, he's like, "Man, boy, you must learn how to play basketball from your daddy." I was like, "I didn't know he knew how to play no damn basketball." And one day I asked him, I said, "Man, you know how to play basketball?" He was like, "Yeah." One thing I did.
How old was you when you found out you knew how to play basketball?
Probably about 17, 18.
And you never played with him before?
No, I ended up playing him when I was 19.
Yeah. Only
reason I beat him, most, swear to God on everything, only reason I beat him because I was more athletic and I was younger. Because, dude, the motherfucker, 15 feet, that motherfucker was like, he missed the shot. He's like, "I ain't gonna miss another one." I had to get up on him like, "Oh shit!" This motherfucker he made like 2 or 3 in a row.
So are you still in contact with him now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. How's our relationship now?
Our relationship is better now. It's getting better, and I gotta really commend my ex-wife, because she is probably the reason why. Because when we was getting married, she was like, "I want your daddy to be in the wedding." I was like, "Why?"
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "I just want him to be in the wedding," because she had met him before or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's not a bad guy. He just wasn't there, for me. And so when I let him in the wedding, and the rest is history. We close, but we not as close as we can be. We can be a little bit closer. I
noticed.
I think
I
it's
know the
kind of
feeling.
I think it's kind of me, because I don't know how to be close to somebody that I feel. My sister, actually, the reason why I done forgave him for whatever, for not really being there, because she told me what he told her, and I was like, dang, I understand that. So I had to forgive him for that, because he never had a chance to really live. He was the oldest, so he had to take everybody with him.
Mm-hmm.
So I know how that is when you got the weight of the siblings on your back.
Yeah.
Because I'm the oldest out of my mom's 7 kids, and when I ventured off and started hustling, I made sure that I took care of whatever they needed. I just took care of it here. Because for one, I felt bad because I was already hustling. I'm doing something wrong,
Right.
so I felt like, okay, this made me good. So I was doing that, and but everybody, all my siblings turned out good.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's crazy you said about about your father. Because I don't know. I think. I mean, it don't matter how it is.
Right.
It ain't one better or worse than the other.
Right, exactly.
And I'm not as close to my father as I would like to be.
Right.
Not like you said earlier though. Not that he's a bad guy.
Right.
He's not bad
He's
whatsoever.
not a bad guy at all.
You know what I'm saying?
Good dude.
Whenever I needed something, he would I would get it.
Right.
But the only thing what it is that there wasn't
the time.
It was, well, on my side, it wasn't no bond.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no bond because it wasn't like he lived with me, nothing like that.
Right.
And then
and then I would pick up things on him, like when he come to my grandma's house, I would notice that he would sit and read the paper from front to back. So one day I asked him, I said, "Why you read he always be like, I need the paper." He would read the paper. He's like, "This is how I keep up with things that's foreign and domestic. I read the paper." And as I got older, I started doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I'll get the paper and just read it. And that he say that'll put you in rooms because you could talk about things that other people not talking about. So
yeah. I mean that
I said, well,
that's always good. That's I don't necessarily read like that, but I do try to keep up.
What's going on
with certain shit,
right,
with certain shit,
right.
So then when I am in that room,
right,
I know how to talk about it. And even if I'm not in the room they talking about, but then I can also bring it up and say, "Did you know? Did you know? Did you know?" And then you can look it up here, and little shit like that. So I'm always trying to, I always tell people all the time, your brain is your biggest muscle.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? The same way motherfuckers work out their arms and legs and chest, you got to work your brain.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? You can't just go, "Well, shit, I ain't got to read today. Right. I ain't got nothing to learn today." Yeah, all right. Your ass be sitting in the house. Sitting in the house with a baseball hat to the side, looking this way,
looking stupid.
Yeah, not knowing what the hell going on and shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you always got to exercise. Exercise your brain.
There's things that I learned from him, and I see some of the things that I get from him. The only thing he has that I have patience. He don't have patience.
Right.
That dude will get mad in a minute, but he don't have patience. But like my mom was a gangster, man. I didn't see my mom hit guys with garbage cans, and she just didn't take no stuff,
right?
No shit. And I'm like, damn, this woman, she tough than a motherfucker, boy. And but she was good. She was good. And then like my old dudes, his sisters, they was big for me because my aunt Gege, she took me in, and basically showed me. She basically showed me how to be like what women expect in a man.
Mm-hmm.
She would be like, a woman love a man, shoes, they teeth, and they motherfucking hands.
Well,
and it smell good.
Well, the shoes, the teeth, and it smell good. I can give it that part, but my hands,
Yeah,
I gotta work with my hands.
Yeah.
Now, if you gonna fault me because my hands, because I ain't keeping no manicure as a man.
No, not a manicure. Just they don't. You don't want to have dirty hands. That's all she used to say.
But
she
shit,
always,
if I don't stink, I mean something clean.
Yeah, you're right. But she showed me. She showed like how a man, and then she really showed me how a man should treat a woman.
But let me ask you this question: Do you think that it would have been better for you to learn how a man to treat a woman from a man or from a woman? Because you're gonna get the woman side of it, which is gonna be, which could be, playing favoritism. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or you could get it from the man and be like, this is how, as a man, that you're gonna lead, or how you're gonna lead horribly, and this is what's gonna happen if you learn how to lead this woman horribly.
But the thing about it, a woman know how she want to be treated. So I think learning from a man can, if he's in the right mind, if the dude ain't never treated a woman right in his life, he can't show you.
Yeah, but now what if you got a woman a woman and a man that's doing the right thing? Right. Now, who do you think? How can I word it? Which one do you think would favor you the most if both of them are doing the right thing? If you had to learn how to treat a woman,
a man, because I'm a man,
right?
So if I'm trying to learn how to treat a man, treat a woman. Being a man, no diddy. If I'm trying to learn how to treat a woman, of course I want to learn it from a man that's treating a woman right. And right. I've had guys in my life that treated women good. You know what I'm saying? I got my Uncle Lonnie treated him and his baby mama, they like this because he treated her right. Mm-hmm. I got uncles, my dad's at it, that treated women right. I got an aunt, her husband treated her right. So it's all about, you take a bits and pieces from everything. Like I took bits and pieces from P and Vicky's situation. Mm-hmm. I took bits and pieces from them. I see how they operate their role. I got a homeboy Jay.
Don't take my role.
This dude taught me that you got to date your woman at least once a week.
Yeah.
At least once a week. This dude used to go on a date. He would be like, bro, I can't go because me and my lady, we going on a date this day, so I can get with you the next day. I say, damn, I got to implement that in me and my shit. Yeah. So you take bits and pieces from everybody, how he do.
Because I think what happens is, when you a boy, growing, you becoming a young man to a man.
Right.
And if you don't have that man in the house every day to show you, what it is to be in a relationship with a woman and have children in the house, that is growing up is going to be trial and error.
Yeah, it is.
It's constantly going to be trial and error. I think what my mama said. Right. But my mama ain't never been no man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My auntie said,
but she ain't never been no man.
Right. I mean, today it might be different, but
right.
But when you in the house and you're young and you're trying to figure this thing called life
out,
as a young man, and you're in the house with just women all the time,
exactly.
You get the bumping heads,
exactly.
Because me and my mother used to bump heads,
right?
Because I'm trying to figure out what this man. I don't know at the time,
right?
At the time, I don't know what it is,
right?
But it's something I'm trying to figure something out. And in your thoughts are not the same as my thoughts.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you've never been a man before.
And I ain't never been a woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So I don't know what your disconnect is, but I'm trying to connect to this man part. To being a man.
And I think that's what a lot of problems is in
relationships.
in relationships,
Yeah.
regardless of who you are, what you look like, what religion you are, anything like that, is that you gotta have a guide of some sort. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no books to this shit, but you gotta have a guide. You gotta have some type of guide to trying to be the best person possible.
Right. When I got married, man, because I didn't have a guide to nothing. When I got married, I was in Peanham house. We was getting dressed for my wedding. I was in Peanham house, and I sat on the floor. He's like, "Bro, what you doing?"
Quick question.
What up?
Before we we're gonna stay on it.
Okay.
But when you got married, did P sign your marriage license?
Yeah.
He signed mine too. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh shit. Yeah. So I'm sitting in the middle of his hallway by his door, and I'm praying. And he's like, "What you doing?" I said, "I'm praying, man. I'm just praying that I'm gonna be a good husband because I don't know what that looked like."
Yeah.
Really. So I just want to pray to make sure I'm a good husband. And for the most part, I think I got it right. But I did have some hiccups, as far as sometimes you don't know how to mediate situations. And then, I'm the kind of man that sometimes I was talking to a therapist one time, and she said, "You sound like you closed down." I said, I do. I shut down, and that's not good. And she's like, "No, that's not good." I said, yeah. But I prayed that I would make a good husband, right? Stuff like that, because I didn't know what that looked like. You know what I'm saying? Nobody close to me is outside of P and Vicky. Probably was the closest to me that I knew that got married. And I seen how they interact, but I can't go off of theirs because we different people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
my ex-wife ain't Vicky, and I ain't P.
Right.
So
you know what I mean? Yeah.
I still took little snippets from what they do because I respect them so much.
Yeah.
To where I'll be like, okay, yeah, I can.
Yeah, I mean, if you have one to look at that you ain't never had to look at before, that would be a great blueprint.
Yeah.
To go off of, you know what I'm saying? Because I was one, married once before too. And since then been divorced. That P signed my marriage license. Make sure you put that in there. You know what I'm saying? But
we ain't blaming you, bro.
No. It ain't your fault. It's your fault.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
Shit happens.
But
it's just a coincidence.
Right, it's just a coincidence. And when I was going through the marriage, since I never seen what an actual marriage looked like as far as man and wife and children.
Right.
I'm sitting up here in these murky waters trying to figure my way through this.
That's right.
I always knew it was because I said so. So now it got to work here too. Now
got to work here, right?
Because I said so.
I said so. Yeah.
There ain't no explanation. Well, motherfucker, you need to learn how to explain shit.
Right.
You need to learn how to break shit down. You need to learn. I didn't know none of that shit. Right. It wasn't no patience. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even had the best patience.
What do I do love is I got two. I don't even call them my stepdaughter. I call them my daughters because when me and their mama was first dating and stuff.
And how old were they when y'all first started dating?
Shit. They had to be 5 and 6.
Oh, okay.
Because one of them was going to school part time. She was.
So when did you meet her?
Shit. 2000. It was right after the World Trade Center.
So around 2001?
2000, about 2000, going to 2002.
Okay.
Going to 2002. And they was little bitty girls. And one day, I was over there for Christmas one day, and they was like, can you be our dad? Because their dad had got killed. And I was like, yeah, of course. And to this day, they still call me dad. They call me dad or whatever. And I got 2 grandsons out of it, and they call me granddad. So, it was hard kind of kind of like leaving that situation alone because I didn't want them to think I was leaving them.
Right.
Me and your mama, we going through something. Y'all ain't got to worry about that. My love for y'all gonna still stay the same.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just because y'all, I done been around you. I'm what y'all know.
Yeah. No, I know. I mean, it's crazy because a lot of times, when I do these podcasts, you'll be surprised how parallel a lot of people lives are. You just never talked about it.
Yeah,
you just never mentioned it. You just never mentioned it.
Yeah.
It was just there.
Yeah,
you just seen
it, right?
You know what I'm saying? Because when I met my not ex-wife,
right,
with her daughter,
yeah,
she was like 4 or 5 years old. And then when we went through what we went through, it was like, well, damn, man, shit, she gonna look at me different now.
Right?
She gonna look, am I still gonna be
dad,
stepdad or whatever,
yeah.
Because she still had a father in her life, of course.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Is she gonna be like, well, my mama divorced, y'all divorced, you and my mama divorced, so I guess we divorced too.
I'm divorcing you too.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, and then she ended up, having a child, a grandbaby.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And she just had her birthday this past March, and when she had the T-shirt, she had some T-shirts made because they went to the Science Center in Detroit.
Okay, yeah.
For her birthday, and it had the trolls, the trolls. The things you put in your pencil go like this, and the hair get all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that was the thing for the birthday party, and everybody had a shirt, and and they shirts. The shirts also said who you were.
You were, right.
Yeah, and mine, it had my name and it had granddaddy.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
What's up,
and then when she was born, she was like, what do you want her to call you? You want her to call you Pawpaw? Or in my head, like, no, I don't want no damn Pawpaw, granddaddy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
granddaddy.
And it's crazy because I go to my grandsons, they into activities now. I haven't my youngest grandson, because they actually same age. They like 3 months apart. And my oldest grandson, his dad coached football. He coached his son football, so I go to his football games. My youngest grandson just started running track.
Okay. How old are they now?
They 7.
Okay.
They're 7. So they call me granddad. Hey, granddad. Hey. I'm like, man. So it's just, I was glad that the girls didn't. I told them, you don't have to choose a side.
Right.
I'm gonna still be here and love you the same way I did when I was with your mama. And I gotta give her props. She never had them make, like, nah, this ain't your dad.
I ain't with the nigga. You don't like me.
You don't like me either, right? She never,
I don't like the motherfucker. You don't like me.
Yeah, she never did that. So I
cancel Christmas.
Right. I ain't doing shit for you. If you take if that motherfucker your daddy, fuck that. So, but she never did that. I think that's why we okay and cordial now, because we never put them in our business. And I told them that. I said, look, this is between me and your mama. This ain't got nothing to do with y'all.
Right.
So don't treat us. Because if you treat me a different way, then I'm gonna treat you the same way. I don't have to go through none of that. But they never did. They still call me dad. Hey, dad.
Oh, that's what's up.
So I be, sometimes I be sitting there and, Mo, it just make me, I be like, man, I made an impression on these girls' lives to where they be like, they still call me dad. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be cool. It'd be cool.
Yeah, man. That's always cool, because even when my with my oldest daughter, her and her fiance getting a house built,
right?
And he couldn't be there to do the initial walkthrough.
Right?
Yeah,
the initial call to ask you could do it.
Yeah, but this is before all the walls is up, anything is up.
So it's nothing.
It's just a skeleton.
It's just a
skeleton.
Right.
This is gonna be here. This is gonna be over there. The wiring is right here is for this. This is gonna be that room. That's gonna be that room. All right, I just need you to go over here with her and
make sure everything's straight.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Because if they see a woman go by herself, they'll be like, oh, shit, this is what we got to do. We gotta have
another $10,000 to add up to the shit.
You gotta have a TP in the back.
That's the city ordinance. That's not my call.
My call.
That ain't my city said you need a TP.
TP in the back. So yeah, man.
And it gotta be fire resistant.
Yeah, exactly. So man, this is it. This life thing that we figuring out is like, I remember that somebody asked me the other day. They said, "Would you ever get married again?" I said, "Yeah." Why? At first, I didn't. My brother, I got a brother that stayed in Tennessee, and he was married once before, and he got divorced like 2 years later. And he said, "Bro, if I ever tell you I'm getting married again, knock me out." I said, "What?" I said,
hurt, man.
I said, "Man, you can't put what somebody else did to you. You can't do that. You know, you gotta give everybody." So 8 months later, he come up, he said, "Bro, I'm about to come up there and see you. I want to introduce you to somebody." So he introduced me to his now wife. So I was like, "Man," I said, so he say, he said, "I'm about to do something on live. I want you to go on my live." I said, "All right." So this nigga, I say, "God damn it, this boy, I don't know where he got this from, but his wife is a teacher."
Mm-hmm.
During the assembly, he got everybody, all the kids to have a sign to say, "Will you marry me?" at the assembly. I say, "This nigga is fucking romantic than the motherfucker." God damn. And they've been married for 6 years now, 6, 7 years.
Oh, okay, that's what's up.
And so when he asked me, he said, "Bro, would you get married?" I said, "Hell no." He said, "I'm about to give you the same speech you gave me."
Uh-huh.
And I said, "Damn." I said, "Yeah." I said, "I would." I said, because me and her, my ex-wife, we decent friends. We good friends. You know, she called me every now and again. We say, "What's up?" You know, just checking on each other. "What's up?" "Yeah, you good?" "Yeah, you good." Even when we was going through our divorce, after the divorce was final, she called me and we talked. I say, "Look, I ain't tripping. The shit just didn't work."
Yeah.
It just didn't work.
Now, let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Did you blame yourself for the divorce and why the marriage didn't work?
I did a little bit. Because I mean, you can't put everything on everybody. I blame myself a little bit too, but
I mean, but did you like all the blame?
No, I ain't do all of it. Hell no.
No, because I know when it happened to me.
All the blame. Hell no.
Because I know when it happened to me, it was a couple of times when I sat there and been like, "What the fuck did I do? What the fuck did I do wrong?"
You know what, bro? Straight up, I did have that moment a couple of times, but then after a while, I started thinking back about stuff that I say, "Well, damn, I tried this, I tried that,
Now, was it her idea for you to wear that black sweater with all them goddamn zippers on it? Or that's your idea?
Black sweater.
Yeah, I came over one time. You had the black sweater with all these goddamn zippers. I might have a picture still.
I had the shirt with the zippers
with all the zippers. Was that her idea or your idea?
I bought that shirt. I thought it was fly. Every time
I was hoping you was gonna blame her, but
no.
But that was your idea.
Look, this is crazy.
That was your idea.
Every time I wear that shirt, I get compliments on that shirt. I said, only my brothers.
Are they hood hoes or are they regular people?
Niggas, hood hoes, all of them. I said, only my brothers. I know y'all. See, I know y'all motherfuckers.
I'm like, I ain't never seen a pocket on it right here.
It wasn't no pocket.
It was just a zipper.
It was just zippers. So
I ain't never seen a zipper in the middle.
I'm wearing that motherfucker on. I'm wearing it just for niece. Her send off to school. I'm wearing it just for you. Nah, you know what, man? I be trying to buy different shit that
you bought some different shit that day.
Yeah. Shit though, they ain't really,
No, we ain't up on it. Don't want to be on it.
No, I'm telling you, I swear to God, every time I wear that shirt, because I've only worn it about 3 times since I had it. I had it about 15 years.
Yeah.
And every time I wear it, I get compliments on it. Oh my God, this is nice. Because it got like leather right here.
It give you Michael Jackson vibes.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And that's why I got it. Like, shit, I always wanted one of the beaded jackets.
Hell no.
I always wanted one of the beaded jackets. So, yeah, man.
But when I went through my divorce, mine was a little different. I mean, anybody that watch the podcast done heard this a million times. Mm-hmm. But before I go ahead and say I'm gonna take this shot and I'm gonna take this shot to what I normally take this shot to.
I would take a shot with you.
You gonna take a shot with me?
Yeah. You give me one of them ones you got.
Yeah, you of him.
Yeah, let's go.
What you want?
Whatever you drinking, I'm gonna drink with you since you you got that. You got that one, huh?
Yeah, I got this one. This is Maker's Mark.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna make his mark. But yeah, man.
There you go. But I'm like I said, I'm gonna take this toast real quick and
for sure.
To this toast is the toast that I always say all the damn time.
Hey, you know what? I want to say one more thing. Me and you go back like 4 flats on a Cadillac, but
none of my Cadillacs had 4 at one time. Maybe one.
4 flats on a Cadillac?
Maybe one.
Yeah, maybe one.
Maybe one. But I always say we go back like car seats and backs.
This guy been my guy for a long time. I remember when you and Quick came pick me up in Belleville that time in the Cadillac.
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
In the Cadillac.
I forgot about that.
But I had that car that motherfucker broke down on me. It's crazy how we all came full circle.
Yeah.
We all came full circle. And it's like, you know who your people are when you outside of y'all, I got some project dudes that's my guys, loving the life. And y'all are right there because we right here. Like my mama, she be like, them guys you was hanging out in Taylor, how they doing? I said, Ma, they great. Cause she remember P and Vicky because she'd met them before.
Yeah.
But she always be like, where them guys at? Cause she know the project guys because she grew up with their moms, right? Shit like that. So I always be like, man, I said, Ma, them some of my best friends, them brothers, them your other sons.
I'm gonna take this toast to, man, we both been in heaven for 30 minutes before the devil find out.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, but
damn, what the fuck is that?
That's Maker's Mark. That's whiskey.
They made his mark.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
Y'all don't want that at Maker's Mark. God damn it.
Yeah, you just ain't used to that. You just ain't used to it. That's all. It's a whiskey. It make you feel good.
I love whiskey, but god damn.
Yeah, see, it make you feel good.
Getting you the bankhead bounce.
Yeah, see, look at it. I mean, you're happy.
Yeah.
I'm
happy because I'm sitting here with my brother and we discussing the things that, growth. Our growth.
Oh, yeah.
What we done came through.
We came through a lot.
Came through a lot. When I got on the streets, bro.
Now, when did you get out of the streets?
I got out of the streets in 2008 or 9.
And what made you get out the street? What got you in the streets? What got you out the streets?
What got me in the streets was one of my closest friends, his dad was a street dude. And he was like, I was in a car accident I got threw out a window. The truck flipped over a couple times, threw me out the window. We was up in Lansing. We went to some in Lansing they call Fake the Funk.
Okay.
Big ass party. So we go up there, we in a car with, we got some little females. We go up there and my boy, he don't drink, never smoked that ever in his life. My homeboy, Bobo. And I get on the back. For one, always think about it be little size. So he called me. He said, "Bro, I got some chicks want us to come up to Lansing. Let's go up there." He's like, "Them chicks we met. I think we had met some chicks on Belle Isle or something." So I say, "All right." So I go get in my car. My car is dripping antifreeze. He say, "Hey man, check. It might just be the hose. Just pull the hose up." I said, "Man, plus I got to wash, bro." He said, "Man, you can wash at my house." So I put a hose. It was a hose. I push the hose up, tighten the clamp, get in the car. He said, "Man, you can wash at my house. Just put the, I said, "All right." I said, "Damn, I had all these things I was supposed to do, but I said, "All right, let me take my clothes. Put it in the wash machine." So the girl that I'm going to see is not there. She like, I'm out of town. He like, I'm like, bro, you knew she was out there. He's like, no, I ain't know. I say, dang. He said, but she got another girl. I say, shit, fuck it.
Well, let's see the other girl it is.
Let's just go. On to the next one. So I get in the car. So we go up to Lansing. We meet the girls. We go all these different. We went to Fake the Funk. Went to all it. Went to arcade. Went to all the shit in Lansing. So we dropped the girl that we picked up off that I talked to. Dropped her off. We about to go to drop the other girl off. So I'm like, man, I'm about to lay across this back seat because I got to get up in the morning and go to work.
What was you working at?
I was working for Xerox.
Okay.
I worked for Xerox, and I was working at it's a law firm downtown called Miller Canfield. So I was working down there. So I laid across the back seat. Nigga, when I wake up, I'm in the hospital. I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell happened? I had to piss. He was like, man, you alive. Cause he's still there. He like, bro, you alive. I had to piss. I had to jump. I had to other school shit and go to the bathroom and pee. So
was y'all in Michigan?
We was in Lansing.
What hospital was y'all in Lansing?
And we was at Sparrow Hospital.
And you woke up in the hospital, Sparrow Hospital.
Sparrow Hospital. And he said what happened was, you know how the lights be blinking yellow on one side, red on the other side?
Yeah.
Our light was yellow. So he he slowed down, went through the yellow light. Car came speeding. Boom. Flipped the truck over, threw me out the
So you was fucked up.
Window out there.
You was drunk in the motherfucker.
I wasn't drinking like that then.
You was asleep and then feel the accident?
No,
how you didn't feel the accident?
I was asleep.
Dang, you sleep harder than a motherfucker.
Shit, the impact probably knocked me out.
Nah, shit, yeah, I'm in an accident.
So I got 36 stitches in, 36 out. I got a scar on my head.
Yeah.
Only reason it looked this good is because I had my mama was like, keep putting cocoa butter on it. It looked, because I like, Mom,
it wasn't because of your hairline?
Nah, my hairline good.
Oh, okay.
So so I get out the hospital. All this is peeled back.
Yeah.
All this peeled. I can see my tendons and bones and stuff like that. All this peeled back. I got a torn meniscus on my knee that I still deal with to this day because if I stand on it long enough, the bitch swell up.
Uh-huh.
So I was fucked up. So when I finally went home, I was like, damn. So they was trying to make me come back to work to Zero. I was like, man, I still got staples in my head. I can't go nowhere. So the lady, what I ended up finding out later was she wanted her son to have my position. Because I kept moving up. Because I was doing the same thing at Xerox, but I was doing that Henry Ford Hospital.
What was you doing at Henry Ford Hospital?
Same thing as Xerox, just making copies of stuff. That's it. Medical. I was working in medical records.
Oh, okay.
So when she wouldn't. They voluntarily resigned me. So they cashed me on my 401k. So I'm sitting there like, damn, I gotta find a fucking job. I gotta do something. So my man Bo with that was like, you can come work for me. I said, all right.
Hey, when I start?
He said, immediately.
Hey, well, don't I gotta fill out some W-2s and shit?
You don't need all that.
Don't I need you need a copy of my ID?
Yeah. Yeah, the great Goat Brookins. He was like, man, come on to the shop. You can help run a shop. Because he had a shop, he had a dollar store, he had a barber shop.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I come up to the shop, went to the shop. As you know, the shop is more than the shop.
Right. So
I'm like, damn. I ain't hustled since I was like 12. When I was, back in the city, well, this was the city anyway. So we started hustling, and I just, under his tutelage, and I just started making a lot of money. I was like, man, shit, this is kind of easy.
Yeah.
But then, they was like, before he passed in 2008, August 8th of 2008. And that's when I stopped. I was just like, I can't.
That's the reason why you stopped, because he passed away, or what was it?
Yeah, because he passed away, and the lady that was taking the because it was pills. I wasn't doing no cocaine like that.
Yeah.
I would do a little bit, but it was mostly like weed and pills. It was pills, mostly pills. So we were dealing pills, and it was just like, people don't really like a pill. The pill game, if you think about it, it was an old man hustle.
Mm-hmm.
So when they see I mean, a lot of the people that I dealt with, they would fuck with me because I was young and I was always up and up, and he would always co-sign me.
Yeah.
But it slowed down to where I was just like.
And what was the transition like then? You going from hustling to a 9-to-5 job?
Nigga, I didn't work for about a year till I really got broke. Like selling cars, selling jewelry.
Selling cars?
Yeah.
You was at a Chevrolet dealership?
No, I had about 4 or 5 cars. I had a minivan, I had a Cadillac, I had a old school.
And you just sold them?
Yeah.
And you said you was selling cars?
Yeah, I was selling cars.
You sold 4 cars?
I had to sell them.
Yeah. And then you sold the 4 cars, got the 4 cars off.
Yeah.
Then what happened?
Because I was still had to pay bills and stuff like that. So when I never forget it. I was damn and dead broke. Fuck that damn broke. I was broke.
And when was this? When you was dead broke in 2010? 2010. Okay.
So I'm with P one day. I put in some application. I'm with P. We ride. Him and PJ came to my crib. I was staying on Schaefer 8 Mile.
Mm-hmm.
He came to my crib. He said, man, bro, I'm about to get you out the house. Come on. You already know what that means. I'm just going to get you to drink.
Yeah.
So we get in the car, we drinking. So I get a call on the phone. It's the contractor for U of M. They say, we want you to come in for an interview. Now, mind you, me and P about to go out. I got on shorts. I had on some Maury gym shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I had like on a polo shirt. So I say, I ain't dressed for an interview right now because I'm out and about. They say, we don't care. I said, when interview? They say, right now. I said, right now?
Hell no.
Because it's a midnight job.
Yeah.
So I go up there.
I don't mean it because it's a midnight job to interview right now.
Right.
We still got business hours.
Yeah. So I go up there and they tell me about the job description. You be working for U of M. You be custodian, whatever. I say, how much it pay? He's still just talking. He ain't telling me how much it pay. So I'm like, man, what the hell is mama want to tell me how much it pay? So Pete took me up there, him and PJ.
Yeah.
So I get back in the car. He said, I go. I said, I think I should go up in all right. He said, how much you go? I said, I don't know. The nigga won't tell me how much I'm gonna make. So the motherfucker called me. Like, we about to drop PJ off. So me and him go out and go drink. So the motherfucker called me. He say, hey, Mr. Jackson, we want to offer you the job. I said, look, man, y'all still ain't told me how much it pay yet. He said, well, it pays $7.40 an hour. I say, man, what?
Mm-hmm.
I blow that. What y'all about to make, I used to blow at the bar.
Yeah.
I told people, they told me, he said, bro, what are you making right now? I said, I ain't making shit right now. He said, case closed.
Right.
Ask him when you start.
Yeah.
So I told the guy, I said, yeah, I'll take the job. It was because of P. I said, I'll take the job. He said, the guy said, I see you was a little hesitant. He said, I'll tell you what. He was like, if you stick with me and learn everything you need to learn, I'll make sure you get raises when you ain't supposed to get raises. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened. He started giving me raises, and I worked for them for 9 years. And then the university was like, look, some of the people around the university, I used to work with them, and they'd be like, we like you. We want to, when they start hiring, we going to have them hire you.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
It's crazy once again. like I told you, the motherfucking lives run parallel to each other, and you never know it because you just wasn't there for it, or you don't understand it and shit like that. Because around that same time, maybe a little before, I remember I was living in Belleville.
Okay.
And I was working. I was working for GM.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that.
I was working for GM. Shit, I was doing 12 hours, 5 days a week.
I remember that.
8 hours on the 6th day, and I was off every Sunday and come back to work. And and I ended up getting that Cadillac.
Right.
Because we got paid every week.
The Broham.
Yeah, the Broham. Leroy. and I got Leroy and shit like that. And but the behind that was, once again, because I never exactly knew what it was to be a man in the house,
right?
And how to be a good man. I'm not gonna say I didn't try my best,
right?
And I did the best that I knew how to do.
You knew how to do, right?
You know what I'm saying? And I ended up I got the car. I'm at GM. I got laid off.
Right.
Get laid off. And that motherfucker Tupac said the best. We got evicted from the burbs and had to go back to the hood. I'm in Inkster, but I'm going to school. I'm working on my bachelor's degree in criminal justice, but I don't have no job.
Right.
I don't have no job. And I finally get a job with this guy at a transportation company that take me to their doctor appointments and shit like that.
Right.
And I'm like, all right. So I'm like, how much they pay? He tell me it pay $8 an hour. And I'm like, shit, man. I'm like, I ain't too proud to say no.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right.
Too proud. I didn't want to say no, but P made me feel like nigga, you ain't making it. He said what you used to do, like what I would be bringing on to every 2 weeks, I'll blow that at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And people was like, you can't blow shit at the bar right now.
No, you can't do shit at the bar right now.
I say, you right, brother.
And my man gave me a job at $8 an hour. This is in 2010.
That's
making $8 an hour.
That's when the recession.
Yeah.
The rest of
the big three went under. The big three was on the verge of going under when Obama got in office. They was on the verge of going under. I'm making $8 an hour driving people around, but I'm in school. I enrolled in school in 2007.
I remember that.
And so I had to try to make the best of what I had going on.
Right.
So when I knew I had to take somebody in, I used to have library cards every goddamn where. I had library cards every motherfucking where. I was in school and my papers were due.
Right.
That's all I did in school was do papers. Write papers. So I had library cards in Southfield. I had library cards in Brighton.
Detroit.
No, I never had library cards in Detroit.
Yeah, well, in Detroit.
I had library cards in Ann Arbor.
Right.
I had library cards in Southfield. I had library cards a lot of places. Because when I would drop these people off, I would have to wait for them to come out to their doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
So I figured, hey, instead of me just sitting here just wasting my time doing nothing, I could be getting my homework done.
Right.
So I would have library cards every day on where.
Right.
And I was only making $8, and then I got a raise.
Yeah.
You know how much my raise was?
10 cents.
50 cents.
No,
I went to $8.50.
Oh,
I went to $8.50. I went to $8.50.
Gave me a quarter.
And you know where I was driving from? Because at this time we got evicted from the burbs. I had to move my grandmother to Inkster. And my kids and my then wife was in E-course.
Right.
And I was driving to Ann Arbor every morning.
Damn.
You know, in what kind of car?
The Cadillac Broham?
Yes. That big motherfucker every day. That's 35 miles one way.
That's a lot of motherfucking gas.
That's 35 miles in one way.
I was telling people the gas was high as shit then.
But what I want to say to you is that when you have a direction that you're trying to go to, even though it's hard right then,
and it seemed far away.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you stay on course.
Yeah.
That course ends up paying off.
Pay it off. It did.
I mean, shit, putting $20 in the Cadillac wasn't shit. I was lucky to get back the next day.
Hell yeah, for real.
I had to come up with different shit. Hey, let me borrow. Hey, since my next appointment tomorrow is out this way, let me use the car to come out this way. I'm already here. I ain't had to punch in, so he would put my time in for me and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And forever, I'm in debt to this guy forever.
Yeah, because I was facing eviction in my apartment when I first got the job at U of M as a contractor. I was facing eviction, but I called my mama told me to call my uncle. She said, "Call your Uncle Daryl." I said, "All right, I'm gonna call my Uncle Daryl." So I called my Uncle Daryl. I said, "Hey, I don't know. I need somewhere to stay real quick." That boy came over there quick. Come on, nephew.
Yeah.
Pack your shit up, get in the car. Let's go. And I got a car. I stayed with him in Redford for a minute. And it was crazy, man. It was that shit shows you what kind of man you are.
I support that 100%. I support that 100%.
Yeah, shows you what kind of man you are. Your resilience, and you just being tough enough to be like, you know what? I don't give a fuck what happens, and that's why I love the hustle in me, because I used to if I'm a hustle like that and hustle and get the money I was getting, I gotta do the same thing with the job.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to learn everything, and by any means necessary, I wanted to get it.
Yeah, I you know what I'm saying?
And it paid off, because now I'm a U of M employee.
Yeah.
Straight U of M, no contractor, no nothing.
Right.
So it paid off, and it was all because this one boss told me, he's like, "Bro, just take the job."
Mm-hmm.
And that was P. P told me.
Because I believe in life that you can't be too proud.
Hell no.
You can't be too high on some things. Because my youngest daughter made a post yesterday about some shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And she may have it may have had some it may have been innocent, but when I read it, you know what I'm saying, I was like,
sometimes you gotta put yourself in other people's shoes.
Yeah, and because people, it was people in the past that did it wrong, that said horrible shit. But let me finish. And I told her, and when I read the post,
let you finish. This is my interview.
Yeah, it is your interview. So put the drink down. Put the drink down right there.
Go ahead.
Sip on that and listen here.
I got some faith.
But no, on this side, and I read it, and I told her, like, look, you always gotta stay humble. You always gotta stay, even though that's done you wrong, talk shit about you, deal with it. You gotta stay humble, because I always use this analogy too, and I told her, in the message, because normally I don't never get on Facebook and message my kids at all whatsoever, because I normally text them or call them and tell them. You know what I'm saying? But this day seemed to be the right thing to do. I told her, remember to stay humble, be humble. It's the reason why that windshield in your car is bigger than the back window.
Yeah.
Because everything that's important is in front of you. Everything that's behind you don't matter no goddamn more. You know what I'm saying? Whoever teased you, whoever fucked with you, whoever did this and the third,
fuck them.
They in the back window.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, they not important no more.
Tell them to catch up, mustard.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And my daughter is doing is off to bigger and better things, and if you it can get to your head, but you can't but you can't let it get to your head.
That's what
she got her school paid for, she got a room and board paid for, and she getting a master's degree.
Fuck them. Fuck what they talking about.
Yeah, fuck them. Whatever they said back then.
Right, I'm moving on to bigger and better things. Yeah,
you ain't got to rub their faces in the shit, because they see it.
They see it.
They see it. You ain't got to mention nothing about it. You ain't got to say nothing about it, because they see it.
Real
you know
shit.
What I'm saying? They see the shit.
That's real
shit. So don't be surprised when they say, "Oh yeah, I know her.
I knew she was gonna do that."
Yeah, I knew. Yeah,
lying motherfuckers.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And you just keep going. In life, you just gotta stay humble, man.
Yeah, you do.
You gotta stay humble, because I used to work with juvenile
You
delinquents.
could be on this side of the fence,
Mm-hmm.
and then life could take you on this side of the fence.
Yeah.
You just gotta
And then take it back.
Yeah, you just gotta be humble, like you said. You gotta be humble. That's why I want to start up a mentorship where I'm talking to young boys, young girls, whatever, because I could bring a whole bunch of guys and girls to speak to the girls and the guys.
Yeah.
You go get something from everybody who I bring around. If I bring you, I could bring your sister, your daughter. I could bring my daughters. P. I could bring Vicky. I could bring Monica. I could bring PJ, Badu. I could bring a lot of people because we all have been in the mud.
Yeah.
And got it out the fucking mud.
Yeah.
Some of us got out the clay.
No. You know what I'm saying? You're right about that, man. Even some of the people sometimes when I'm even when I'm doing the podcast
Right.
and I'm trying to get new guests on, I believe that everybody has something to give.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to get. I don't necessarily want to put nobody's names out here, but I'm gonna put them out here right now. So if you're watching this shit, you're gonna know. I've been trying to get motherfuckers like Cool on here. I've been trying to get motherfuckers like BB on here.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get motherfuckers like Tony Wright on here. I've been trying to get a lot of motherfuckers on here that have been in some people's eyes. What the fuck? But then you look at them now. That shit
shit together
has come full circle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because you was a fuck up then, just because I was a fuck up then, don't mean I am today.
Danny too. Danny and Jason.
Danny and Jason who?
Danny and Jason, they used to be in the project. They used to be out in the red.
Hey, I need the last name go with Danny. Them common names.
I can't remember.
There's some common names.
I can't remember. You gave me some of this motherfucker 7.
No, it's Maker's Mark. You got me calling the wrong
Maker's Mark.
shit.
That too.
Yeah, you got me calling it the wrong shit.
Danny and Jason, they used to be in the Ridge, and some of my dudes in the projects, man. I got dudes in the projects. These dudes are doing so good.
Yeah,
and they was some damn killers.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
They were doing their thing. So that's why I said, me and you doing a podcast,
right?
Together, we can bridge these gaps together.
No, I believe so, man. I'm not against it.
I know you told me you do it, so shit, we gonna do it.
Yeah, no, I'm not against it by no means.
And any woman or anything, we can. If you got a son that you trying to get in a straight and narrow, he can be one of our through our we can start a mentorship. Me, you, P, our core rebels. By itself.
Yeah.
By itself.
I think we can do.
We can do that because it's bro. It's so much knowledge that we got, and so many people that we know. That shit, man. Hey, little fella, you ain't got to do all that. I done did that for you. Some guys is hard head. They got
no. Some guys are gonna be hard head.
They hard head.
You just gotta remember,
right?
You ain't gonna get all of them.
No, you can't get everybody. If I get one person, to be like you, like when me and P was doing the basketball thing, I remember a parent hit me up. She said, "Coach, thank you, thank you, and all the coaches." She said because. She said, if I'd ever decided to be crazy enough to have another child, I'm bringing them into y'all. She said, because my son told me one day, Coach Lon and Coach Pierre told me never to do this.
Yeah.
And he did. He about to graduate college.
Yeah. My
college.
One of my biggest things
and you ain't got to play basketball.
No.
Or no sport.
No, you just gotta be. You just gotta be an influence on somebody.
Be willing to learn.
Yeah, you gotta be willing to learn, and you gotta be
and listen.
And listen. and you also gotta be able to be an influence on somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Where you don't gotta walk around here like your shit don't stink, but you are an influence on somebody.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that was always been one of the things I always loved teaching, I always loved putting on people's heads.
Right.
Just because I used to think it was the coolest thing to be like, such and such was my teacher, such and such was my vision, such and such was. I learned shitload from such and such, and this. It was always Mr. or Miss something that I learned something from. I always thought that was the coolest thing.
Right.
And when I used to work with juvenile delinquents and stuff like that,
that's what's up. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I always thought it was the coolest thing to be. One of these days when they become older,
right?
And when they say, "I remember when Mr. Dillard, I remember when Mr. Jackson, I remember when Mr. Mitchell, I remember you used to always something."
Yeah.
That part don't pay money, but that part pays homage.
Cause I love your mother, Miss Belinda. I love, Lori P. Mama. I love Meech Mama. That I love them mothers because they gave us that structure, that motherly figure. That even if things is going wrong, I love all of them because of what they gave us. Quick Mama, we love all of them mothers. And then you gotta, y'all kids, if y'all watch this podcast, you got to surround yourself around people that want better for you and want to be want to be in the same circle with you. Like, this is my brother. Even if we ain't blood, this is my motherfucking brother. Loving the life. If he called me, I'm coming. If I call him, he coming.
Right.
My other brothers, Quick, Mo, P. I mean, Meech. He is Mo. Meech. Meech. And there's a couple other people. Yeah. Even he got his own circle of people that's gonna come for him. I got my own circle of people that's gonna come for me. If I call them and tell them, hey, my man got an issue, they gonna come for him for me.
Yeah, on your behalf.
Yeah, on my behalf. So
yeah.
Thank you, brother, for I was stuck.
but I mean, a lot of people say that I've even said this before in past podcasts, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
When people say that, you can't pick your family, but you can pick your friends.
Right.
I still think that's far from the truth as well. You can't pick your friends.
Well, you can't.
Now you can say, all right, we good, but you don't know how good of a person that person is.
Because we ain't got into the intricate stuff that we done been through.
Yeah.
And we done the fun shit. we do some good shit, but them guys I just mentioned, them my brother. This is my brother from another mother, man. I love him, love his sister, love it, love his kids. I love his moms for sure. Pierre mom.
I know one thing I love though.
What's that?
Because they took your ass on vacation one time. Didn't they take you on vacation one time? Didn't you go on vacation with P and Vicky and Betty and all them one time?
Yeah.
One time they took your ass on vacation. Y'all went on vacation and Facebook was not the same. Yeah. We had a break from Facebook because Line gives out everybody's birthdays.
Hey man,
Line gives out everybody's shout outs.
Facebook is that's my relief. That's my release. That's my relief. That's my relief.
He does if he know you.
Yeah,
and he know your birthday. Line is gonna get. He gave out birthdays It was one year. It wasn't a month and a day in that month that went past. He didn't say happy birthday to some damn body. Now, as funny as that is, I ain't gonna lie. I look forward to my birthday coming.
I was like, when birthday comes, it's crazy because one day, I think your mom said something like, you ain't missed nobody's birthday. I'm like, oh, mom, look at it. Oh. Guess what? When your birthday come up, you out there.
Yeah.
You out there.
Oh yeah, man.
But it's like that. Like, Miss Belinda and Lori and Meese's mom, they're my mamas. You know what I'm saying? If they call me, I don't give a fuck what it's for, I'm coming.
Right.
If it's guns a blazing or it's going to Amazing Foods, I'm coming.
But it be those small things that people look like, that look forward to, not just from you, just from people. Period.
Yeah, period. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That people really look forward to seeing. Some of the smallest things. Exactly. No matter how much I make, like, this motherfucker don't stay off social media. Hey, it's May 24th, motherfucker. Right. My birthday.
I'm gonna tell you
my birthday.
This was crazy, Mo. Vicky, if she don't see me on social media, she'll call me.
Yeah.
That's my sister for life. She will call me and be like, I know you ain't, she be like, I know you ain't, you must be sick or something because you ain't posted on Facebook. You straight?
Uh-huh.
She followed me one time because I didn't put nothing on Facebook. She called me one time. I had a stroke. And
you had a stroke?
Yeah, 2021. 2021.
Both sides working fine.
January 1st. January 1st, bro. Yeah, I bounced back.
Yeah, I see. Cause both sides look pretty good.
Hey, it was straight. It was straight. But Vicky found me even when I had COVID. And I had COVID in 2020 in March. Vicky found me in the hospital. That's what let me know that's my sister. I love Vicky to life. She called me. She say, what's going on with you? I said, sis, I'm in the hospital. I got COVID. She's like, I knew something was wrong because I ain't see you on Facebook.
Yeah.
I say, God damn, boy, Facebook. Yeah. Facebook that's what it is.
You know what I'm saying? But to go back from earlier. This is the part to where is
I introduced
ladies,
Vicky and Pierre together. Me and Meech.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, me and Meech.
But this is the part to where is, women being as nurturing as they are.
Yes.
And
that's my daughter. That's my sister. Whatever she need.
Not most of us. Not most of the guys are like, well, shit. We got a break. We got a break. That motherfucker ain't posted. You got a break.
Right.
But that's the nurturing part
of the women.
Of women in the role that a woman plays. Not that anybody necessarily should play a role.
Right.
But as a woman, they pick up on shit like that.
But you gotta think, me and Vic go back 7th grade.
Yeah. I mean, shit, we go back a while too. But shit, I got a break.
Right? we go back a while too.
Vicky ain't getting no motherfucker. I ain't heard from you. Yeah. I ain't heard. Did P call and say I ain't heard from you?
He told Vic to call me.
Oh, he told Vic. Vic they had a discussion beforehand. Vic already knew. They quick call and say, "Hey, I ain't heard."
He called afterwards.
Yeah, afterwards. We all called afterwards.
Yeah, all y'all called
afterwards.
It's crazy. You know what? Y'all people out there, y'all gotta get y'all a group of bros, sis, whatever that love y'all like we all love each other. We love each other, man. I don't go. He called me. He can be out of town. His daughter got an issue. I got an issue. Guess what? I'm coming. I can send people. I ain't gotta be. I call somebody. Hey, man, my man, daughter having an issue. Go out and make sure she's straight. That's just the hood part of me.
Right.
But I love being corporate. I love being out the way. I love being out the way.
Because one thing that baffles me a lot of times, man.
Because this is my guy. I love this man.
Man, same here, man. I love you like no other, man.
That's my man.
Didn't know that I would at the time.
Right, we didn't never. We never knew we'd be this close.
But anytime you go to the Blue Martini.
But this motherfucker, the most shit talking in if you're on the basketball court with him, guess what? You probably gonna fight. You probably gonna fight because he gonna talk the most. He gonna talk shit to anybody.
I do my best. I do my best.
He
You know what I'm saying?
He talk shit. I'm like, God damn, boy.
But shit, even
he's 7 feet.
Yeah, well,
but you know, I ain't scared of nobody.
Nah, you shouldn't be.
I ain't scared of nobody.
Because like I said, you know,
the one dude. We was in that one tournament one time
at the YMCA.
And the dude fired on me. He was the biggest dude. Fired on the littlest nigga. I'm the littlest dude in the group. You gonna fire on me? But guess what? Soon as me and P seen the dude at a bar, he was doing security, and the motherfucker he dipped. He ain't no more. Yeah. You on my hood now.
Yeah.
You on my hood now. But we ain't thinking about you.
Nah.
But he dipped. He was gone. I asked the guy at the door, who I knew. He said, "Man, my man left. Said he got some issues in here." Nobody want to fuck with that nigga.
Nah. That shit passe.
Yes, you did. You swung on me. You missed. But motherfucker, you look like the whole ass nigga. You 6'4". I'm 5'6".
But it was easy to miss you.
Yeah, it was.
He got punched down, but you know what I'm saying. But that's
me and P was together. That's how he knew us. He was like, oh, there's some niggas. And he seen all the people showing me so much love. Cause you in the city now. You in my domain. They ain't know me. They know me. Yeah. What's up?
That shit, you know what I'm saying?
But I wouldn't even know that. I wouldn't even know that type of shit.
He don't know that.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that type of shit, bro.
He don't know that. Right. All he know is
I swung on this little nigga.
Yeah, that's all he know is, and in this world, people come back.
Right, this little 5'6" nigga.
I ain't here for you.
I ain't here for you. I'm here to have a good time.
Yeah, I'm here for over here.
Right, you know I'm here to have a good time.
You know, but you know what I'm saying, man. It's amazing.
It was. I think you remember that time we all got a fight at the Taylor Rec.
Shit, yeah. I mean, it should be a few fights at Taylor Rec, but yeah.
But well, I guess my man was in Romulus at the time.
I think they lived in Taylor at the time. I think because I seen one of them one time.
What was
walking to work? Yeah, walking to work, going to McDonald's. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to talk shit, but inside of me when I walked by him, I just said, "Hey, how you doing? What's up?" And you know, we kept it going, but I wasn't gonna be like, "Oh, nigga, you got on McDonald's, right?" That ain't.
Well, you working, nigga. I don't give a fuck about you working. I don't care where you work at.
I was always able to separate.
Right.
You know,
we all worked at McDonald's. Yeah.
Basketball.
It was them niggas. We were beating their ass so bad they got mad.
Yeah,
that was all that was.
Yeah, they got mad. They got mad. We were fucking y'all up. They got frustrated because you got to remember.
And then he was talking. He talked shit. He talked shit on the basketball.
You got to remember, we was much younger than most of the people that we was playing. Most people that we was playing, for the most part,
they were grown.
They was actually, we was still teenagers.
Yes.
Barely hitting our 20s.
Yeah. We was
like
18, 17, 19.
Yeah. And these guys was like 22, 23. They were getting liquor bottles. They were getting bottle service.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got it, but we got it illegally.
Yeah.
And somebody bought it for us.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But they can go to the store with the ID.
We had to say about In and Out and have somebody
In and Out. Yeah, In and Out was the shit. Yeah, In and Out was the shit back in the day.
That's when P got me and Meats busted. We was with the In and Out. We was drinking like some fucking alcoholics. We was drinking Wild Hours Rolls. As somebody gets Wild Hours Rolls, and P got drunk, and his mama called. And it was a wrap. It was a wrap.
Nah, I ain't know y'all. I don't think I know y'all.
You want fuck with us there. You just P and Meats.
Yeah.
Cause we was going to Meats' house. Cause Meats' mama was always like an Inkster.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to Meats' house.
And I remember her husband. Was always out and about. He was always out and about.
That was our dog. Yeah,
you know
that
what
was
I'm
our
saying? I remember
dog.
him. I
His
remember him.
stepfather, he'd be like, that's my stepfather. He'd be like, man, y'all little niggas, man. This shit there. He
Yeah.
always, we was
You
good with it.
but it is, the way our lives parallel with each
Yes.
other.
Yes.
Didn't know it before today.
We didn't.
Didn't know it before today.
We didn't.
And I don't know if that's, that was a part of the, I doubt if that's even a part of the reason why we just meshed the way that we meshed.
I think we meshed just because we were solid dudes.
Yeah.
We were just solid men. We all had lives. And then, we came from the same basic struggle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think had y'all not lived together in Pine Ridge, all of us might not have been so solid.
No, I agree with that because
even Meats and Meat P and Meats used to be like this.
Mm-hmm.
But me and P like this, but Meats ain't as close as me and P, but you and Meats is close.
Yeah. Me and Meats, man. Well, even when we stayed together, me and Meats was you know what? I had a personal relationship
with everybody,
with everyone in a different way, and I always understood.
Me too.
I always understood that way. You know what I'm saying? With P, I know. I know if it's something I need to go get the drink and talk shit with.
Yeah.
I know. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call P. P gonna come by. We gonna talk.
Right.
We gonna drink all the goddamn beer. That's the reason why P ain't been over here, because you can tell all my liquor still here.
Right. a lot of people call me to get in touch with P.
Yeah, because P he ain't like answering his phone.
I say, what the fuck y'all calling me for? Y'all his bros just like I am.
P didn't like answering his phone.
Yeah.
P didn't like answering his phone, go to voicemail.
Meeks called me one time, was like, bro, let's all get together. I said, did you put it in the group chat? We got our little group thing. He said, man, they ain't gonna answer the phone. He don't answer group chat. Lie, you just hit him up. Like, nigga, you a brother too.
No, P didn't like answering. P didn't like answering
the phone. He said. But I told Quick one time, because Quick hit me up. Quick was like, Line, let's all get together. I say, shit, what everybody talking about? He like, I ain't trying to hit P yet. I say, but he called me on the phone. I said, why y'all niggas don't call P? He said, I think you and P. I say, man, I called P one day. I said, bro, you gotta start your fucking phone.
Yeah.
That's your fucking phone.
P didn't like answering his phone for a while.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He did.
I mean, he did
now. But
that never stopped.
I understand, why he was, he was, P, he want to be private a little bit like that, but we all, like I told him, I said, your kids love all of us.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm Uncle Live, that's Uncle Mo, that's Uncle, everybody don't know me like that. Uncle Quick. But that's because when we used to all try to get together, Meats would never show up.
Well, yeah, no, Meats didn't show up for a lot of shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because the city limits didn't go that far.
Yeah, first day he showed up at my house when I stayed in Philadelphia.
I got the picture.
I still got that picture,
in the garage.
Yeah, I got that picture in my garage.
Yeah, in the garage.
And I was surprised he showed up. I was like, he showed up first.
But
he was the first nigga.
But Meech has been the one thing I will give Meech is that when Meech had his kids,
right.
His kids was his number one priority for everybody.
That's good.
And they still his number one priority.
But they don't even want to live because they older now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He like, all with the movies with my. He said, man, I might be going to movies with my sons. I said, nigga, they really don't want to go to the movies.
No, but
their style.
And you sitting right next to them.
Right, you cramping their style.
There's their seat, your seat. Are you separating the seats?
Nigga.
You know what I'm saying? But in the movies nowadays, you can't do that type of shit. But at the same time, though, man, I just love. I've learned to appreciate each one's separate relationship with each other. I talk to Quick from time to time, first thing in the morning.
Too. He'll call me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Quick call me, be like, la, what's up?
And
I'm like, what's up, bro? He'd be like, we just kick it. And then, like, I talk to you. Yeah, on some other. I talk to P. I talk to Meats. Just on our own thing.
Yeah.
Our own thing. We all got our own separation. That's what keep us.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and you got to appreciate each relationship for what that relationship truly is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because
we all still bonded.
Yeah, we all still bonded. And even with even with doing the podcast, man.
Right.
I got a podcast going on.
Podcast.
Yeah, here I come. Even though everybody got their own schedule going on,
I had to do this podcast.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I had to do this podcast. For one, my brother told me to do it, and for two, I had to do it because everybody else is doing it.
Oh, Meech beat you to it.
Yeah, Meech beat me to it.
Vicky beat you to it.
Yeah.
Quick beat you to it.
Yeah.
Quick beat you to it. Only person that ain't beat you to it is, no, Quick didn't beat you. Pete beat you. Only person that didn't beat you to it is Quick.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, man. Family's real important. Is really important to you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And family's important to me. And I believe, family's important to each one of us because when you look at all of us, we're pretty much for the most part taking care of business the best way that we know how to take care of business.
And we family oriented.
You know what I'm saying?
Family oriented.
Ain't nobody in the circle being able to say your daddy ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Your daddy ain't shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I would never do that to my old man because
I'm talking about with us in the circle.
Yeah, I got you.
That we none of us can never even if they said that we not shit as parents.
Right.
We all know shit, nigga, that's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's right. You know what I'm saying?
You're right, bro.
And that says a lot. For black, you ask me for black men because every time I look,
our character and everything.
Because every time I look on social medias, you got motherfuckers talking about some black men ain't good fathers, black man ain't this, black man ain't that.
Yeah.
And that's one of the big things I even had with Charleston White.
Yeah,
I believe it's a character. I believe what he does is a character. But when he say black people can't talk without arguing, niggas can't get for me that's bullshit. And I understand that sometimes they say that's just his character, that's a character he's playing.
Yeah,
but you got this character.
Don't put that narrative out there.
Yeah, you putting that character out there on your own people.
That narrative out there on your
own people.
You don't know everybody.
No, you don't know everybody. You damn sure don't know us.
Hell yeah, you don't know guys that's taking on responsibilities that's not theirs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't say that. You can say that to the guys that you know, Charleston White, maybe people you know, but you don't know us as characters, me, Mo, P, Badu, all that.
Yeah,
Quick. Because guess what? If something happened to me or happened to one of us, we still gonna make sure our brothers' responsibilities is taken care of. They can come to me like his daughter can come to me, his daughters can come to me and be like, hey, I need this or whatever. If I got it, they can get it.
Mm-hmm.
Monica, PJ, they can come to me, whatever. Meets his kids. Quick, his kids. They come to us. Yeah. We'll figure it out as a unit.
Right.
As a unit. It ain't just got to be on one person. It can be on the whole unit.
Yeah, and I believe, like you said earlier, You know, that was one of the, you know, that's one of the things that I believe that we could, you know, hang our hats on, even though it was all trial and error on how to be a man.
Right.
I believe that trial and error has paid off. It was some fuck ups, there was some mistakes in the middle of the shit. But
we not perfect.
But
Nobody's
for the most
perfect.
part, I believe that I believe that for the most part that we got the shit right. Even though I've been through a divorce, you've been through a divorce.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that don't make us or didn't make us horrible people. The shit just didn't work.
It just didn't work out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure he hold his ex-wife at a high standard because she's a good person.
Nah.
My ex-wife is a good person.
I don't hold no goddamn standard.
I'm a whole she a good standard. Get a good standard because she's a good one. I
came home from work one day. Everybody that watched this podcast and heard this shit before, I came home from work. The whole motherfucking house was gone.
Oh shit, I ain't.
Yeah, the whole house was gone. I came in the house and I had Chulo was my dog back then.
I remember Chulo.
And I had to try to love her home. You take a step to go upstairs, take a step to go downstairs in the kitchen.
Yeah.
That motherfucker met me at the landing.
Like, nigga, we
don't go upstairs.
Don't go upstairs. There ain't shit there.
He said, don't go downstairs. and he said, just stand right here and talk to me for a minute.
Right.
And I ain't gonna sit here and talk to you, Chulo.
Right, Chulo, get your ass out the way.
I just got off work. I'm tired. I'm trying to get something to eat.
Well, you ain't gonna be getting away to sleep.
Yeah, shit. And he was damn right. There wasn't no living room. There wasn't no kitchen table. Then I went upstairs. Shit, it wasn't no bedroom sets upstairs with no living room set. And I made a motherfucking pallet on the floor.
Right.
Took my ass to bed. Woke up the next morning. Went to work. And
kept it moving.
And kept it going. Now I could have been a motherfucker and been like and called everybody like, where this motherfucker at?
Right.
Where this motherfucker at? Like, you know what?
My situation wasn't like that, so I can't. I mean, I pray for my brother. You know, he went through what he went through. My situation wasn't like that, and that's why I think that's why me and her are in a good space to where everything cool. You know, she called me. We talk every now and again. Whatever. You know, I mean, I went to therapy one time. I didn't go to therapy because of my divorce. I went to therapy because I had caught a DUI. And the therapist was like, you know what? If you keep holding on to a grudge to anything you got going on, not even my ex. I think I was holding on to a grudge with her. But she said, you keep holding that you don't let nobody get that kind of you don't get up that kind of getting that kind of force in your life.
That kind of power?
That kind of power over your life. You gotta let that shit go. And I was like, damn. When I did that, I was like, oh shit, I was straight.
Yeah, you know.
It helped me out as a man. And now, like right now, even going through the dating scene, I hate being single because this shit is for the birds. Because these motherfuckers, they ain't looking for love, they looking for help.
Yeah.
They looking for help.
You ain't lying, man.
They is looking for help. I'm like, God damn, motherfucker. You need you ain't know you 3 months behind in your rent.
I ain't know you 3 months ago.
I know you 3 months ago, so they ain't got shit to do with me. I laid in your house out one time.
Now I know you. I'm 3 months behind.
You 3 months behind, guess what? You better get 2 other jobs or something.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't do it because now, guess what? If you need me to help you for your I heard this on the podcast. This guy said, if a woman dates you for financial stability and you can't afford that financial stability to help her out, guess what? You dispendable.
Yeah. You
dispendable.
Anybody could be in your place tomorrow.
Right, anybody be in your place tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, shit.
But
what's going on with you? You definitely gotta ask these different questions.
yeah, I mean, because when I first separated from my ex-wife,
Uh,
I was on every damn dating site. I had every app. I had Bumblebee. I had
Right.
Plenty of Fish. I had Tinder. I was swiping every goddamn way. Because to be honest with you, I didn't want to put my trust.
Single.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to put my trust in no goddamn body no more.
That's true too.
And
But you
all I
weren't
want to do,
you
all I
weren't
want
used
to
to
do was
being
just
single
be.
either.
No, I wasn't used to being single.
You weren't used to being single.
But as my kid would say, I was going through a midlife
crisis. Yeah,
I was just dating everybody.
This motherfucker was the first dude. Basically, no, P and Vicky was first, but he was in a relationship for a long time. So we basically figuring this shit out on the fly.
Yeah.
You basically figuring out relationship shit on the fly. Like I'd have been in relationships, but I'm looking at.
Now, let me ask you this: have you been in any other relationship since your divorce or since your separation from your ex-wife?
Yes, I have. I've been to a couple of them.
And how long did the longest one last, and how short was the shortest one?
It was 6 months, and one was like 4 months because I wasn't fully divorced. So I had to understand.
What do you mean you had to understand?
I had to understand why they wouldn't want to, Bubba think, oh shit, he might go back.
Oh yeah,
he might go back. It's only been like 4, 5, 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And you try to convince somebody like I'm not going back, I'm straight, but I understand they gotta protect their heart too.
Yeah.
You gotta protect their heart too.
Because the lady I'm dating now, when I met her, I was just separated.
Yeah, I was just separated.
I wasn't divorced. And then she was like, "Oh, you gonna go?" And like, shit, you know what? Let me hurry and push this motherfucker a little faster now. let me push this divorce a little faster now. Because honestly, before it was like, well, shit, it is what it is, and I ain't no big rush, no shit like
I ain't
that.
Tripping.
Whatever.
Let her do it.
And then when I found the lady that I'm with now that I want to be with, I had to escalate this shit. Hey, expedite it. I gotta expedite this shit here.
Y'all fucking up my shit.
Yeah, hell yeah, Put this in there.
I've only had a couple people who I was like, damn, I might have fucked up because I'm not divorced right now. But other than that, man, for real, on some real shit, Mo, I don't even give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Because
you don't give a fuck about what?
No, I don't give my divorce is final.
Yeah.
My thing is, some of these chicks be trying to push shit so forward. Like, goddamn it, I still gotta be single first.
Yeah.
I want to be single first. Like I'm still going through my shit. I want to be single.
They see a good meal ticket. They say you got insurance?
Yeah, I do.
You go to work every day?
I got good shit.
You go to work every day?
My shit is straight.
You don't call off work?
Yeah, no.
You go to work every day?
I do it every now and again.
This shit, you get your own house? Hey, shit, you take care of your own this? You take care
of I take my own shit.
Yeah,
I don't need a girl told me one time I was dating her. She said, one thing I like about you, you don't need me for shit. But me and Z was standing together.
Yeah.
She was like, you don't need me for shit. She was like, you just gotta get your own little spot. I said, that ain't shit. I get my own spot.
Right.
And like she was kind of like a little shaky. The dating scene, I'm telling you all here, people listen to this podcast. the dating scene got pee in it.
It got pee in it for sure. It got pee in it for sure.
Stay where you at. It ain't that serious if you try to leave and go fuck with somebody else. It ain't that serious. This shit, everybody, they not dating for love, they dating for help.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
They didn't even help. And I'm like, man, what the fuck? You were 3 months behind? Fuck you calling me? What
when I was dating, I was dating for the sex.
Me too.
Yeah, I was dating for the sex. I ain't gonna because
That's my brother. That's my brother.
Because with me, when I was in high school, I had the high school sweetheart.
Okay.
And then when we broke up, then I met my ex-wife.
Right.
Like a year or two after we broke up, I met my ex-wife, and I was with her from the whole time.
Shout out to you, Mimi.
From 96 or 97, up until like 2016.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was always with somebody.
Yeah.
And then when this one time, when
it's hard.
When the motherfucking chains came on.
Yeah, you
and I was like,
oh shit!
Like, why
somebody?
Why my hips keep moving like this? My hips keep moving like this.
Got a swivel hip.
I'm like, damn, now see, right when I had my dog, now I see why he was humping every goddamn thing. I'm like, shit. I'm like, goddamn. Man, but you know, it was just dating.
Yeah,
dating was something.
It's hard.
Yeah, dating was hard, man. Because you had to, you had different personalities of who you were dating.
Yes.
And then
we know who we want, what type of personality we want. We know who we want. And it's like we try to shift through the bullshit. Like just like women. Women, y'all try to shift through the bullshit. We do too.
Yeah.
It ain't all about we can get I tell people all the time, I get pussy if I can't get no money.
Yeah.
So why the your pussy is different from hers? No, it's not. It's not. Because we looking for somebody who, when I get with you, I want to be able to be like, okay, I can deal with her on a 24-hour basis. That's why you had a lot of people getting divorced when during COVID. Because they didn't like these motherfuckers. So if I deal with you, if I get with you and we connect on a level, then guess what? I'm probably gonna want to be with you.
Right.
I'm probably gonna want to be with you. It ain't got nothing to do with sex or nothing. Because I can turn down your sex, and guess what? A girl who I talked to before, she probably gonna give me some sex.
Yeah.
It ain't about the sex. Like girls be like, "Oh man, you just want some pussy." No,
I do.
I do, but I get some pussy if I can't get no money. They giving it away.
Yeah, they
giving it away, there,
man. But
so you know, when I was sitting and when I separated in January 16, 2020. And I'm thinking like, damn, what the fuck I'm gonna do? They didn't shut the whole fucking world down. But guess what? That was the popping spot, popping time.
Yeah.
I think I missed out on a couple people because it was more because I wasn't fully divorced, and I get that. I understand that.
Yeah, no, I've been down that road not being fully divorced.
Yeah, I
saying
that.
Yeah. Are you separated or divorced?
Yeah.
Well, I'm separated.
I'm separated, but we going through it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was cool, but at the end of the day, I was like, damn, they want you to be fully divorced. But I understand that because
let me ask you this.
Go ahead,
let
bro.
me ask you this, man.
Go ahead, bro.
You know, when you finally went through that final part of the divorce, how did you feel? When you went through the whole, I don't know how you, the whole court situation, because I had to do this shit on Zoom.
I had to do it on Zoom too.
So how did, once they said it's final, I started thinking about all the bras that I was like, God damn it, we could have made something. We could have made something, but I was almost like, it was like a relief. Cause it was like, damn, I don't have to, I ain't gonna say lie, right? Well, lie, whatever. I ain't gotta say nothing, nigga. It's over. I don't have to hide nothing.
I was straight, you know. And
but when you got when the divorce was final, did you ever think about going back?
No.
Did you ever think like, hey, we can make this work again?
No, even I did when the separation came, and I was dealing with different females, and they was coming with all their different. I said, damn, I should be like, fuck it, man. Let's work this shit out, because motherfuckers, they come to you broken, way broken.
Yeah.
Way broken. You be like, God damn, motherfucker, shit. And you more broken than what I am.
Right. You know, and
you ain't had no situation.
You know, because when I went through, mine,
right.
No, for a minute there, a lot of times I blame myself for the shit. Then it was sometimes.
I mean, that's us as men. We tend to take a lot of shit on our shoulders.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then it was times where I was like, well, shit, good riddance. Then it was then it was times I was like, well, shit, I fucked up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I went through a whole bunch of different emotions.
Yeah.
You know, during the whole process.
I did too.
But then, but then it came to a point where I had to be like, I'm not that bad of a person.
I ain't that bad of a person.
Yeah, I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad of a person.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
That's right, bro.
And
but you know who showed me that was my ex-wife. She showed me that like you wasn't that bad of a guy. You know, we just grew apart.
Yeah.
We grew apart. And I say, you know what? That's why we can be cool, of course, to this day, because you know, I was blaming. Yeah, I was blaming. Of course, we men, we put shit on our shoulders.
Yeah.
But when the shit go down, you be like, man, I guess I ain't that bad. I ain't that bad of a guy.
Yeah, no, you know, and that's the part that you, unless you are one of the folks like to beat up on your woman and take the ass and shit like that.
I ain't doing none of that.
Shit, sometimes
I ain't no Puff Daddy.
No,
ain't no baby oil, baby oil.
You know, sometimes you just gotta understand. Sometimes shit
don't work.
Yeah, shit just don't work, and it don't mean you a bad person. Don't mean that person is a bad person either.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. For some odd reason, it just didn't work.
Didn't work.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I want to be able to.
But people always be like, "What you do? What she do?" Like people want the. It's us as black people. We always want to hear the salacious shit. All the salacious shit. What salacious you did? What salacious she did?
And that's the part. That's the part that I had to learn. That I learned what not to do now. I don't put my mama in my business. I don't put my sister in my business.
Oh no,
I don't
can't do that.
I don't put none of y'all in my business.
Yeah,
I don't put nobody in that business. If me and my girl have an argument,
that's us.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't put. Hey, Lon, you never guess what this motherfucker did today.
Motherfucker did.
Yeah. Nah.
I'm never gonna call you and say, Mo, this motherfucker. No, I'm not doing that, because for one, if you see her out and about and she got an issue, I want her to be like, "That's my brother Mo right there. He gonna make sure I'm good."
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying. And that's the same thing with your ex-wife. If y'all, I don't give what y'all went through, but guess what? That's still sis at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure she's straight. Because guess what? Y'all got kids together. If the kids hear, oh, Uncle Lionel ain't do nothing, they watch my mama get jumped on. I'm like, God damn, what the fuck? They gonna look at me sideways, like, what the fuck?
Right.
So I would never do that. I'm never, like, I appreciate my brother because he didn't have me on here like it was like a male bashing, a female thing, or nothing like that. Because, you know, I told him I'm not doing that. I would never do her. I wouldn't do her like that. He wouldn't do her like that. You know, it's just, we talking about our experiences.
Yeah.
As being married men and now divorced men.
And you know, the toll that it takes on you know, on men, because we get the toll that it takes on women, because women are nurturers and they tend to talk their problems out, and men aren't. We're not nurturers,
like that.
and we don't tend to talk these problems out, but we share the same experiences and sometimes share the same feelings that is okay to say this shit touched me in this way.
One thing I'm gonna say about his podcast and what I do say about our relationship as far as like the rebels, we can talk to each other and kick it and not really, if we talk one-on-one or we talk in a group, we talk one-on-one, there's no like, ain't nobody judge nobody about nothing that they talking about.
Mm-hmm.
We can just talk as bros. Like, you know, the worst shit I've ever heard, this is the worst shit I ever heard. When guys get together, they be like, bros over hoes. Hell no.
Nah, hell nah.
Nigga, that's some faggots. That's some
I can't sleep with
shit.
you. I can't sleep with you.
Yeah, that's some gay shit.
Hell no.
That's some gay shit.
I need something soft to touch.
Yeah, that's some gay shit.
I need something soft to touch.
Why the hell would I say bros over hoes? Nigga,
because after the night over with,
I don't want to lay with you.
You go home.
I don't want to lay with you.
Know what I'm saying? But even with that note,
they gotta quit. These young dudes gotta quit saying that. That's why they. Ain't no bros over hoes. Ain't no bros over hoes.
You shouldn't be trying to show your finger off,
nigga. Go about your business. But I'm going over here with her. I don't give a fuck. You can't. No man can convince me to not talk to no women because they done turned you down, motherfucker. It's you. You. They don't want to fuck with you. They don't fuck with me.
Yeah. But you know, with that being said, man, I believe that this was a great podcast.
Oh yeah, man. I love this.
I believe that we touched on a lot of shit.
Yes.
And I believe we even got more shit to touch on that we need to touch on that we ain't gonna be able to touch on right now.
Man, this bad. We gonna do one together. We gonna start. It's gonna be me and him podcast together.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Podcast together because me and him, we live so much to where we can add to this podcast.
Oh yeah, we can definitely add on to the podcast. And, you know, so even with that being said, man, I appreciate you for showing up, man.
My brother, you know I'm gonna show up.
I appreciate you for showing up. I appreciate everybody.
This nigga been telling me, bro, when you go do my podcast? And everybody be like, bro, you gotta do the podcast. I'm like, damn, what the hell I gotta do? But I see now why I need to do the podcast. But I had to come support my brother. Yeah. Brother from another mother, love this dude to life.
So I just want everybody to hit the subscribe, comments, you know, come up with some new ideas.
Yeah,
some new ideas to touch on.
Topics.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I believe
we gonna do it together.
I believe that me and Lion, we're gonna do some more podcasts together. I think we may even be able to get to the point to where it's like a Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco type of thing.
My brother.
But I appreciate you for showing up. Sir. I appreciate everybody for watching, subscribing, commenting, and likes. Thank you.
Peace.